Hello, my name is Beatrice DeCesar, and this is my unit on the South and slavery. This unit focuses on 8th grade Social Studies Standards 8.7 and 8.9, which require that students study the American people in the South from 1800 to the mid-1800s. Other standards addressed in the unit include language arts standards for reading, writing, and listening and speaking, in addition to technology standards. Technology is incorporated into this unit to enhance student learning by applying the use of Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, in which he describes 8 different ways in which people process information, including verbal, logical, visual, kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, and naturalist intelligences. As Walter Mackenzie noted, technology supports the accommodation of multiple intelligence in the classroom, while at the same time MI theory offers strong theoretical foundation for the integration of technology in the classroom. Thus, each lesson in the unit provides students with the opportunity to use technology in the classroom and to address each of the 8 MIs described by Howard Gardner. Moreover, the objectives of the unit were developed to address the various levels of Bloom's taxonomy in order to allow students to achieve a higher level of thinking. Thus, I developed 7 different objectives for the unit, in which students will gain an understanding of the South and the institution of slavery from an economic and human perspective. The unit will be covered over a 4-week period, each highlighting 4 different areas of the South and slavery: the cotton industry, the Southern society, and the slave system, and the abolitionist leaders and their struggle to end slavery. Hence, this unit was developed using MI theory in conjunction with Bloom's taxonomy to develop learning objectives based on California standards to bring history to life for students using virtual tools that allow them to immerse themselves in this time period. Unit activities and MIs. Kinesthetic learners will learn about the cash crop of the South as they work with their peers to de-seed cotton, research the cotton gin, and Eli Whitney on the internet, and develop digital video in which they will portray Eli Whitney and a plantation owner discussing the benefits of the cotton gin, allowing students to gain an understanding of the significance of the cotton gin to the Southern agriculture economy. Moreover, additional lessons will allow logical learners to understand the significance of cotton and its impact on the slave population as they analyze various data tables reflecting the slave population of the South from 1800 to 1860s. Students will be asked to analyze data and reinterpret it using Excel and upload it to livefinder.com. Naturalist activities will focus on Southern society, as students work to identify the groups that made up the Southern society and describe the role that each had in the South's economy. Students will create a fact chart using Excel. Students will also be asked to compare and contrast the planters and the yeomen through the use of a Venn diagram that will be developed in PowerPoint and uploaded to livefinder.com. Moreover, visual learners will also be able to examine how white society tried to justify the institution of slavery through the use of political cartoons. Students will be able to contrast these images to the paintings of Steel Birdie, of slaves working on the plantation. Students will also have the opportunity of recreating their own images of life in the plantation. Musical learners will have the opportunity to listen to slave work songs and spiritual songs on multiple sites as they work to develop their understanding of the slaves' social, cultural, and religious life, and as they will be visiting sites such as Colonial Williamsburg and pbs.org. Here they will listen to religious songs, work songs, and recreational songs. They will also have the opportunity to recreate their own songs using some of the music that they will be listening to. Multiple lessons throughout the unit will address the needs of verbal learners as they research the life of slaves online, listen to first-person narratives of former slaves, and read and listen to words of abolitionist leaders such as Frederick Douglass.
Fellow citizens, pardon me, and allow me to ask, why am I called upon to speak here today? What have I, or those I represent, to do with your national independence? Are the great principles of political freedom and of natural justice embodied in that Declaration of Independence extended to us? And am I, therefore, called upon to bring our humble offering to the national altar and to confess their benefits and express devout gratitude for the blessings resulting from your independence to us?
In order to address the needs of interpersonal learners, there will be a secondary component to a number of activities in this unit in which students will write their reflections in a class blog entitled Slavery and the South. Students will be asked to reflect on the impact of the cotton gin on the slave population of the South and provide their personal reflections on the paintings of Steele Byrne. In addition, students will also conduct a web hunt on Harriet Tubman that will allow them to reflect on her experience as a slave and a freed black. Finally, through this unit, students will have the opportunity to work in pairs and in groups as they gather online research, discuss findings on the Southern society and living conditions of the slaves, and the struggle to both preserve and overturn slavery. They will also work in pairs as they develop a PowerPoint presentation on slavery in the South that they will be presenting to class as a culminating activity, thus addressing the needs of interpersonal learners. This has been my unit on the South and slavery. Thank you.